I would say the Steel Series.
Steel Series, honestly.
Steel Series.
I'd definitely sit with the Steel Series.
By far.
Definitely the Steel Series.
If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Gamers prefer our headsets. Find out why at SteelSeries.com.
So, welcome everybody to the Go Champions League game of Penta Sports against Team Property, the Swedish team against the Germans. Basically, the German squad received a major overhaul. They exchanged 3 players, one of them being NKJ, Dennis, and Speedy. And they obviously switched to Mousesports, excluding NKJ on this one, because then Penta took on Stavros, Struxy, Trubly, and they picked up Tapson as well. So they kind of exchanged everyone on their squad, except for Crystal, who's still the AWP player for them. And, you know, if you have watched a few casts of mine, especially last week, the 99 Damage Arena on Dailymotion, when we had Penta against Mousesports in the final for $2,000, I actually expected Mousesports to win that game. They did in the end, and I said a lot of bad stuff about Penta in the end. They kind of proved me wrong, because their performance actually went up, even though they didn't have any really good results to boast with. They have played a few really good teams, and there's no shame in losing it against them. But in my opinion, Penta has proven to have some potential, at least, and that's the key word in that sentence. Potential doesn't mean anything if you can't use it, and they are trying to figure that out with a full-time contract to their organization, and the prospect of having a gaming house in Berlin, in Germany, to have everybody on site to work together on the strategies, to explain to each other, you know, showing the strategies on one screen is way better than having everybody spectate or something like that, you know. It's just way better to communicate face to face and to see each other, you know. Facial expressions mean a lot if you talk. On TeamSpeak, you can't actually always tell how serious the other one was, and maybe a few players have difficulties telling if somebody was trolling or not. So the gaming house will give them that small advantage against other, or, you know, against teams like for example Property. On the other side, we have the Swedes with Pov, Twist, Schneider, Berg, and Sandy. Definitely a stacked squad and a very talented squad, but kind of the same that applies to Penta applies to Property as well. It's just a bunch of really talented players that have really good showing sometimes, but it doesn't seem like they can really break through at the moment. So they are trying to do that, and they are, at the moment, they are sitting in the 3rd spot in the Go Champions League. Of course, that's a really good achievement for them so far. They couldn't qualify for the Counter Pit League, which is a kind of a bummer for them. But the game is not going to be live, as Stone is still... Oh no, actually Stone is out of the game right now. So we are going to go live with the 9th round. And I thought I didn't see Tapson because the other streamers are actually asking if this is a start, and it seems to be the start. You know, sometimes admins miss the most crucial information to give us the game start when it starts, or to tell us that the knife is live. And yeah, you know, my instincts didn't fool me. Berg says stop, and I think we are going to restart the knife round even. I don't know. Yeah, one of Property is AFK. You can see that Pov is not there, so there's no point in playing the knife round with only a 4v5. But let's get back to my previous point. Penta and Property are in the kind of same spot right now, even though you could argue that their skill level is differing on various players. You have to kind of say that Twist and Schneider are probably just as skilled as Trubly, and I would say Crystal is in there as well. I would even say that Twist and Schneider are better if they have their form, you know. So I would consider Twist and Schneider to be stronger, but maybe the rest of Team Property is not as strong as the rest of Penta, so they could level each other out. I just think that the Germans need the win more, and I think they are more hungry for the win as well, because Property is sitting in the third space right now in the Go Champions League. Just like I said before, they have 9 wins out of 16 games, and they should be able to qualify for the playoffs, where $30,000 are up for grabs. 15,000 of those will go to the first place finisher, brought to you by G2A Steel Series and of course by Twitch. So thanks to the partners for making this happen, and of course thanks to you guys for tuning in. I'm Debu from Germany, and this is the 9th round between Penta and Property. And yeah, Penta win it, and they will probably just stay on the CT side. So we will see the Germans starting on the easier one. So what is there about to say about Property? For example, on Inferno, they didn't have the best record so far. They had 3 wins and 6 losses on that map. Of course, those losses have been against teams like Navi or LGB, which was a really close game. It was a 14-16 against LGB. But they managed to win those games where they are supposed to win. And they lose the ones that they just, you know, basically can't win against teams like Navi. I still think that Property needs a few more weeks or maybe months to get to the really, really good shape that they need. And let's see if they can prove me wrong in the pistol round on the T side. They take it towards B really fast. Tapson is there, but Tapson collects the first frag onto Berg. And he's now under huge pressure, but gets another one onto Twist. Now Pov puts him down, but it's a 3v4 in favor of the CTs. And you can see the Penta rotation already Troubly and Crystal on the verge of strengthening the B bomb site defenses, but Penta reconsidered, and now Troubly is back on the A bomb site together with Struxy, the team leader of the Germans, or at least he was a team leader of his previous squad. So I just suppose that he's the in-game leader of Penta right now. So Tapson out already, but he took down 2 terrorists, and Property was hoping for more of that fast aggressive push into Banana. They didn't really want to lose 2 players over there. Now Troubly spots 1 on the A bomb site. The CT's on the rotation, and he picks up that frag as well. Schneider goes down. It's a 2v4. Pov and Sandy have to pick up a few frags to make it happen for the squad, but good play by the CTs. Actually, Troubly just dancing around in the smoke. I almost said snow there. Comes out of the smoke and gets himself another kill and another one to boost it off. Triple kill by Troubly on the A bomb site, making it 1-0 in favor of Penta, and it looked very controlled, and it looked just like Troubly had everything sorted out in this bomb site. Property was not able to get the better of him, even though they had 2 players committed to that kill, basically. Troubly was still able to dance a tango off death, and even though he barely survived that tango, he still got those 3 kills to make it 1-0. Now Penta on 2 MP9s, and Twist with a 1-deek for Troubly. That investment really paid off. Dings the guy with the triple kill and just, you know, makes him sit down, see what his squad is doing, and cool off a little bit. And the rest of the Property squad, obviously with the Tech 9s, trying to keep the pressure as high as possible on the CTs. Even though Penta is obviously able to exchange that MP7 in the hands of Struxy for that M4, a one that Troubly dropped before. It's still a really good situation for Property. They could actually use that number advantage to their success. Now Stavros pushed down into the deeper parts of B. Banana got himself a cheeky kill onto Twist and now retreats to the car, so he gets his teammates some information, but Property just pushes through CT spawn with Berg taking out Taps and picking up that M4 as well. Now the CTs need to figure out where this rest of the push is coming, and Crystal was going for the information. He went down to Pov. Now it's a 4v2 in favor of the terrorists, and when I said it was looking controlled by the CTs in the first round, this time it's Property that looks very, very calm and just very structured push by Property. Everything sorted out for them, and they definitely, you know, kept their backs clean with Pov covering his back, the back of his teammates, and now it's only Stavros with the MP9. He actually gets a frag onto Schneider, but Sandy with the refrag, and those two M4A1s get saved by Property, so additional economy working for them. And the 1-1, not to forget, they screw the CT's money completely. And you can see that the CTs with a full save, well, just like I said before, when I say they go for a full save, which would be reasonable, they go for CZ75s and P250, so Penta feels the moment. They know that they can keep the pressure up on the Property, even though the Swedes are on a full buy with AKs, with armor, with all the nades. Penta tries to hold them at bay with their limited weapon range. Let's see what they can do on top of Banana with Stavros and Tapson trying to capitalize on any unfortunate terrorists over there. Tapson gets himself a good tag, picks off Twist. Now his teammate falls down, and there is Sandy with another frag. Crystal on the rotation already, but the terrorists just don't care. They don't need to rush things. They can slow down, they can take their time, and they can make it happen on the A bomb site. For example, Schneider now picking up the frag onto Struxy. 2v4 situation in favor of the terrorists, and now Trouble is spotted already. The T's trying to get rid of him while Berg is still on bottom. Oh, look at Berg, that really nice headshot onto Crystal. And in the meantime, Trouble was able to pick off one more terrorist, but that's all he could do. 2-1 in favor of Property now, swinging the momentum back into their favor. Now Penta's money is really screwed, and it would be really weird if they just kept buying. Yeah, so now they are on a full save, USP across the board, except for Stavros with the P250. And the Swedes are looking good so far in this matchup. It is only the first few rounds, though. There is a lot of time for the CTs to come back, but a start of 3 rounds, if Property collects this one, a start of 3 rounds on the terrorist side on Inferno is never really bad. No matter how the half ends, those 3 rounds will make it very, very easy, or at least a little bit easier. Now Schneider opening up onto Trouble. Strux was taken out by him as well. And the terrorist with a good opening on the A bomb side. Only one more. Berg is on fire today, hitting those headshots onto Crystal. It seems like Crystal has a magnet that is adjusted to Berg's bullets. And whenever Crystal peeks out, he collects a headshot. There is Twist picking up another one. The Swedish aim is definitely on point today. Tapson, the last man standing. He only has a USPS, so the only thing that he can do right now is maybe deal some economic damage, which he fails to do. So Schneider with a triple kill in the round, 3-1 in favor of Property. Now the CTs are back on weapons, but they can't afford the AWP, which could make them get an edge on the terrorists. Chris is a very strong AWP player. He made Penta get out of the group stage of their last major in DreamHack Winter. No, actually, DreamHack Winter, he was one of the main parts as well, but in the last major they had to thank him for getting out of the groups as well. Now Berg with a good nade onto Crystal in middle, taking him down to only 50 HP, and he needs to take a more defensive position. Actually, I think he got called back by his teammates. He wanted to retreat, but they made him go back into the more aggressive situation. Now Berg with a headshot onto Stavros through the smoke, making the B bomb site look very, very weak right now with those opening frags on the terrorist side. You know, the CTs were running into the guns on bottom of Banana all the time. Berg picked up a really good frag on Car, even though it was save rounds. It looks like Property really have the number of the B defenders right now. So the Swedes are aware of that imbalance on the CT's defense, and they want to fake the A bomb site, and they actually managed to do that. 3 CTs still on A, while Sandy picks off Tapson. Now the B bomb site is clean for the terrorists. They move forward, and they should be able to put down the bomb just in time before the CTs arrive. Trouble with the rotation, he's firing through the smoke and picks off Sandy there. Just 2 smoke shots in this one round already. Strux is able to get out on top of Schneider and make it a 3v3. The HP is almost equal, but the CTs have wasted a lot of time, and they know that there is no chance for them to retake the bomb site with only 3 flashes and that limited HP that they have right now. Crystal on 50, Struxy down to 19, and Penta was so slow on the rotation, it was smoked off for additional 10 seconds at least. So it's a reasonable choice by the CTs to save their guns right now. And the Swedes will make it 4-1, collect the first rifle round, but Penta, thanks to those 3 rifles that they managed to take to the next round, they should be able to buy even if they lose the next one, depending on how many rifles they lose though. So okay, they go for a full buy, and they don't spare a single penny on their expenses. Look at that, only 2.2k for Troubley. The rest is down below 1k, so Penta have to get this round. If they lose it, Property could maybe even make it 6-1, and that would be a horrible scoreline, especially for a momentum-based team like Penta. You know, I've listened to them in TeamSpeak, in the ESL POF channels and all that, and they seem to be very motivational based. And even though they exchanged the majority of their squad, the players' kind of mentality is the same. You compare Troubley, he was actually a part of the squad in that major. So 5v5, and Berg receiving a small damage onto 47. Twist doesn't hold back on the B bomb side, takes out Stavros, and the terrorists are once again 1 up on the CTs, and Schneider is in a very good position. If he just had peeked longer, he could have spotted Crystal with the FAMAS, and it would have been a horrible exchange for Crystal. At least if you consider Schneider's AK being able to take him down with 1 headshot, while Crystal should need at least 2 bullets to take him down. The terrorists are spread out throughout the whole map. They have 3 players over at A and 2 at B. Again, a fake sold to the CTs. They have 3 players over at the B bomb site. Troubley is able to hold off the terrorists, and now the CTs are rotating back towards the A bomb site. The terrorists should be able to pick up that movement, but they are committed to the A bomb site. Schneider picks off Troubley. 7 seconds on the clock. He needs to plant the bomb, and he doesn't. So now the CTs just need to stay alive, and Property will lose a round no matter what they do. Penta is able to get that second round thanks to Troubley, who was able to hold down the bomb site just long enough for his teammates to get around and keep Schneider from planting the bomb. Really good effort by Penta to keep the terrorists from planting it, but you know, the terrorists took 3 players to the next round, so their economy is still looking strong, and the CTs on the other side, they are not looking too good on the money, so they still haven't actually gotten around that situation of losing 1 round and then having to save at least 1 until they can purchase weapons again. Now Pov and Troubley exchanging frags in apartments actually, and the terrorists try to cut the CTs off, but they are way too defensive. Now Property loses control of apartments, and the CTs pull back out of that, and the terrorists are left with 3 players trying to figure out where to go to catch the CTs off guard. In this position, it looks like the CTs have finally gotten themselves into good positions and into strong ones as well. Stavros is able to rotate to A and B really fast, while Krista and Troubley hold on to the A bomb site from Pit, and Tapson is defensively set up for the B bomb site. There's basically no chance for the terrorists if they don't pick up a major maybe double kill or some sort of that frag highlight. They shouldn't be able to get this round, but now they have come up with a play that actually could make them win this round. Stavros, though, kind of catches the terrorist on the rotation. Now he's caught in between the terrorist forces. Twist takes out Tapson, makes it a 3v3, but actually a 3v1 situation inside the B bomb site. Stavros picks up the frag, another one onto Twist. Now it's a 1v3 thanks to Stavros, who's still holding on to the B bomb site. 10 seconds left on the clock. Sandy needs to put down the C4 as fast as possible, but he wastes his 1 chance that he had. Now the CTs are all over the place, and he needs to pick up those frags. He does actually pick up another one, but Troubley stays away, and once again it's a patient play by the CTs that makes the time run out on Property, and a very promising looking round for the CTs initially. Then Property managed to get back on this round by just, you know, by wrapping around the terrorists on the B bomb site. They got 1 of those B defenders eliminated, but Stavros was standing there like a statue, and he just held it down, slowed the terrorists down. So it was Troubley in the end staying alive for the CTs to make it 4-3. Property should kick themselves at the end of those rounds. They need to put down the C4 a little faster and just commit earlier to one of the bomb sites. Now Penta with aggressive setup on Banana again. Stavros taking control of that. Now he gets spotted though. Twist already putting down good damage onto him. 35 HP remaining for the German who retreats. And just not fast enough. Or actually it was Tapson who tried to keep his teammate alive and just hold down the B bomb site. Tapson actually gave his life for his teammate to get away, and Stavros now forces a reinforcement. Crystal is there to support him, but the terrorists are still positioned around the A bomb site with actually 3 players now as Sandy pulls back towards B. It seems like Property are once again up for a fake, and that could look very good for them. Now Schneider opens up onto Strux. Troubley turns away from that flash. Really good team play by the CTs there. Actually, no, Troubley flashed himself in there, and was even better by him single-handedly holding down the A bomb site, even though his teammates need to make it happen on B. Twist takes out Sandy, makes it a little bit easier for Crystal to hold on, but Crystal doesn't pick up the frag, so that's a 2v1. Troubley on a lengthy rotation from the A bomb site, and Twist and Berg have the time to get themselves into good positions, even though they don't know where Troubley is coming from, so they need to adjust themselves to basically 2 different angles, one from CT spawn and one from Banana. Let's see if they pick the right angles. As Troubley moves in, he makes his approach clear by flashing out and just stomping around on the B bomb site. He tries to draw the terrorists out, but they are very, very patient. Good play by Property. They are not wasting that chance to pick up another round, and Troubley is forced to retreat. And, well, he takes a risky route, but he stays alive. He certainly knows how much damage that bomb does in that corner. So Troubley stays alive, but Property collect the round, make it 5-3. Now let's see who is leading the frags. Right now it's Troubley on the German side with 9 frags compared to his teammates. He's almost double fragging. Well, he's more than double fragging everyone on his squad. Crystal only has 1 kill, and he is one of the B defenders. He needs to step it up for his squad to be able to get back on track. And Property with 7 frags for Schneider and Sandy. Good team effort by the terrorists right now. The CTs on a somewhat safe round. They have purchased armor and P250s for almost everyone. And Troubley obviously still has that AK that he saved from the previous round. Chris actually gets a lot of damage dealt onto Schneider, takes him down to 27. Twist goes down to Taps, and Crystal manages to finish off Berg, and Paul comes out on top of Crystal, but it's a 3v4 in favor of the CT. Schneider draws it back to a 3v3, but Tapson is down to 12 HP, so is Schneider. And now Troubley goes to work with his AK and picks up a double kill in middle. Great job by Penta to actually get this eco round on the board. And that kind of investment looked really questionable at the start, but as Tapson and Chris were able to pick up 2 frags in middle, it kind of slipped away from the terrorists, and they were caught in a moment where they couldn't settle down anymore. They were just constantly caught in firefights, and they couldn't adjust their positions. They didn't know where to turn anymore. They didn't know who was taken out and who not. So in the end, they just stormed into the AK of Troubley, who took down 2 of them. And Property allowed the CTs to get within 1 round of drawing this game, as Twist answers with the frag onto Tapson. He makes it a 4v5. Gets his team in a good position to clinch this round as Twist moves forward. He finally gets rid of Stavros, who was still standing on B. Now Sandy just hoses through the smoke, takes a few HP off of Crystal, and Puff is still in Banana, and he holds down middle. He tries to catch Struxy if he wants to rotate. Troubley and Crystal already gave up on the bomb site. They just sprayed in there from CT spawn. Now they are retreating. And just, Troubley sometimes feels the moment he wants to get more. He's so hungry for those frags. But it's just wasting bullets, wasting resources, even though bullets don't cost anything in CSGO. He might actually, or he could have thought twice in 1.6. Now Berg gets Troubley out of the game. Schneider does the same to Struxy. And Chris is the last CT standing. The terrorists are on the hunt. Tris has good chance to take him out, and he wastes that. Crystal with the kill, and the bomb goes off. Oh, actually Sandy picks off Crystal. He got a little bit too eager to collect more frags. Penta lose another one to Property. Let's take a look at the round distribution and see that Penta got a really good shot at coming back into this match, but they wasted that chance straight away, and now they are back on a save. So, you know, the Germans should have just stayed back a little bit, played it really, really conservative, or maybe went out for the straight aggression. It's always a hard, you know, a hard shot to call if you're in a situation like that on the CT side. Property, though, handled themselves really good in the previous round. This time around, they lose a lot of HP, 68 for Berg and 36 to Twist. Now they get those two opening frags, and Berg should be able to collect another one. CTs try to bait him into pushing forward into the B bomb site. Stavros just walks into the blazing AK. Pov catches one CT in apartments, is aware that it could be a trap, so that was actually good by Pov to check the stairs once again before he goes to work onto Struxy. And Troubley is the last man against 5 Ts. Now Property in a very good shape, in a very good position to close this game out on the second side. If they go to the CT side, they should be able to, you know, close it out on that one. Crystal now with the first AWP. Penta is desperate to stop the terrorists' reign. They need to pick up the last 4 rounds to make something happen in the second half if they want to have a chance in this first map. They really need to pick up something special from this point on, and they only have 3 smokes left, 3 flashes left on the CT side, and Crystal doesn't have any armor, so he's basically paper thin, but with a really big gun. Let's see if he can make anything happen with that. He's on the A bomb site, supported by his 2 teammates on A apartment, so it's a very high A stack play by Penta. If they should be in a position to rotate towards B, they might either be caught off guard by one lurking terrorist on A long or something like that, or they could actually be too late to rotate at all. Now Pov gets a first frag, but Troubley is able to trade right back, and the CT's left with a 4v4 situation. It still favors the terrorists, though. They can use their numbers to get out on top, and Schneider just ambushed Troubley. He knew that Troubley was around. He knew that Troubley wants to get back on the bomb site, and that was really good play by Schneider. Now Sandy tries to hold the CTs in library, supported by Berg, and really good team play by the terrorists right now. Just calling out, communicating to each other, and holding the CTs in the positions that they have kind of spotted them in already. Now Schneider and Berg in a double stack in Graveyard. It could be a cheeky play if the CTs go for this round, but they actually shouldn't, and Crystal and Tapson realize the same. They will slowly but surely back off and save their guns. Property with the 8-4 lead on the first map on Inferno, so it is actually, my prophecy fulfills its safe, maybe. Even though I first said Property would probably lose both maps, I then said that they could have a shot on Inferno. But then again, I said they haven't had the best of results on Inferno, which is right. But it seems like they could put up a fight against Penta in this one. The odds on CSGO launch, by the way, they are, if I'm not mistaken, 63 in favor of Penta and 37 in favor of Property. Let's see if we can look at an upset or not. Penta with a struggling buy, Tepson with the AK that he saved, and the rest of the squad with P250s, and Stavros already goes down to Berg. Tepson is the last line of defense on the B bomb site. He picks up the first rank, now needs to retreat, but Pov is down to so low HP. He's down to 20 actually. Berg frags with the pistol through the smoke, which turned the odds around into the CT's favor. The bomb is not planted yet, and Twist could potentially rotate to the A bomb site if he has the time. If he wants to go for that play, he could make it happen. Now he slips through the CT's fingers, and now he needs to hurry up to at least plant the C4, and that's what he's aiming to do right now. He leaves the CT's over at B and rotates towards A. Now Troubley and Struxy, long-term teammates. Actually, they played together in Planet Key Dynamics, and they also played together in 10, which was one of the kind of mixed squads at the start of CSGO, which actually turned a few heads on a few lands. They got a few good results, but it was nothing more than that. Actually, now Twist in the pit, holding on against the two CTs. They smoked each other off, and now they are going for the... No, they are not going for the defuse. Now they are going for the defuse again. Struxy is on it, and Struxy just holds on to it. Twist runs out of bullets, and the in-game leader of the Germans manages to clutch this round together with Troubley, who was the kind of meat shield guy in the situation. Still, great play by Twist to at least get the bomb planned. And even though they weren't able to get this round on the board, the terrorists should still feel happy about that 8-5 scoreline, and they made it very costly for the CTs. So the money on the Germans is not looking too good either. So the Swedes could win this one and then fight against a force buy in the last round, which could make them win this half 10-5. Stavros though has some words to say about that. Takes out Twist. Troubley has one on his number as well. Gets a kill onto Pov. Makes it a 3v5. And he... did he spot Berg? He did. He takes him out as well. It's a 2v5. Suddenly Penta feels the pressure rising. And that's the point of time when the Germans actually go serious and pick things up. Now Schneider and Sandy need to go serious as well, and they are in for some serious B play. Let's see, Schneider with the AWP, while Sandy is a support player. And Schneider picks off the first one now. There is another one coming in from CT spawn as Sandy gets the kill onto Taps, and he's alone, and Chris is fired through the smoke again. The Germans just too smoke play imbalanced, in my opinion. Stavros, for example, oh no, it was Struxy actually in the previous one. He picked up 2 frags with a pistol through the smoke, and actually managed to win the round basically just by that play. So once again, it is a German player picking up a frag through the smoke and making it 8-6 with that. So the Swedes are now under some pressure if they want to make this half really freaking good. They should aim to pick this round up right now. Berg with the first one of the first damage actually onto Crystal, then picks up Troubley as well, makes it basically a 3.5 against 5 players right now. And Berg runs into another one, body checks him to death. Now it's Crystal regaining control of A long, but Pov is there, and that was just simply outstanding play by the terrorist. Pov was coming in from A apartments when the terrorist had that AWP player out of position. Now Stavros tries to fight his way back with a kill, and he's got his teammate to work with. They need to hurry up though, the bomb is ticking, and there are 3 terrorists defending, and Schneider goes for the peak, aggressive style to defend the bomb. But he picks up a double and makes it a 9-6 in favor of the Swedish squad, and that is a really successful terrorist side, especially considering they lost the pistol round and managed to turn the odds and make it 4-1 before the CTs were able to pick up any more rounds. Really good performance by Property. 15 frags for Schneider, 14 for Berg. And on the other side, the only German was able to hold them at bay was Troubley with 15 frags, then Stavros and Tapson with 7 each. So Penta needs to pick up the terrorist pistol round, and they need to do better in the second round in the second half if they want to get back into this game. They have all Glocks, no Tech 9s for anyone. They rather have 3 players with armor and 2 players with grenades. Seeing what they can do with that. They have everybody gathered around B Banana. Really quick CT smoke holds them off from capturing that, but Tapson just gets on there, just takes the aggression to the CTs, forces them away, but Twist gets himself 2 headshots. Another one goes down. Tapson is out of the round, and Twist picks up that triple kill. Now the terrorists are slowed down to the max. Stavros tries to keep his back clean with a frag, but his teammates were all decimated, and the CTs are up 3 men compared to him, and he still needs to pick up the bomb. And there is Berg picking him up. 3 headshots by Twist in the entry of the B bomb site. You can't do anything about that, you know. If you're the terrorist and you're just trying to get that entry frag, everybody needs to adjust his aim, but the CT already is on headshot level. He just needs to click and slightly adjust, maybe, depending on how fast you go. And Twist is perfect on that. Picks up 3 headshots, makes it happen for Property, makes it look really good on their CT first round. 10-6 now, 4 rounds lead. The terrorists didn't plant the bomb, so there's no reason for them to save. They go for full armor and 2 Tech 9s for Troubley and Tapson. P250s for the rest, and Stavros uses his P250 to get rid of Sandy already. Pov catches a headshot as well, goes down to 1 HP, and Twist down to 3. This could actually be a very hard round for the CTs to get out on top of, as tabseN, Stavros, and Crystal trying to gather some information. They have a player in every direction of the wind, so to speak. They're trying to pick up frags individually, making themselves shine. Berg goes for the peek in middle, and he's got full HP, so no reason to not go for that informational play. He picks off tabseN, makes it a 2v4, and now the terrorists are very far from each other. They just walk into the guns. Good crossfire setup by Property. They avoid losing more than one player, even though Twist and Pov were so low. Pov actually with the triple kill, and the 11-6 is reality for Property. Looking better and better by the second for the Swedes. And I said that Penta should be more hungry to get this game, but actually considering their last spot in the league, in the Go Champions League, maybe they have given up on this league already and just try to get some decent practice games in there. I don't know. Twist with the double kill with the P90. tabseN picks him up. No, actually Pov makes it a 4v1. tabseN still alive. He's the only one standing right now. He needs to make it happen against 4 CTs. Nothing that we haven't seen in CSGO yet, but he's definitely not in a good position to make it happen. He's got 3 CTs on one end and 1 on the other, and Berg just goes through the smoke, gets him killed, makes it 12-6. So looking at how close the CT's rounds were and how decisive the terrorist rounds were, Property were really on point on the terrorist side. Now they need to battle the 5 AKs in the hands of Penta with 1 P90 and a FAMAS for Twist and Sandy, so they need to watch out to not run into those long range battles. Twist tries to get that eliminated, that factor out of the game already, with the P90 close in the tree. And, well, the terrorists take it very, very slow. They are not interested in collecting anything, you know, any sort of information on B. They are completely focused on the A bomb set, and the CTs have picked that up already. They still have Twist on B with the P90, and he's still peeking very deep into B banana, while his teammates are holding down the A bomb set. Good position by Berg to catch one off guard, and he picks up another one with his last bullet onto Strux, makes it a 5v3. Now Stavros needs to open up on the A bomb site. He's caught in a very hard spot to defend himself from. Schneider takes him out. Now Troubly goes down to Pov, and Schneider with his second frag. Property have the A bomb site and complete lockdown, and a very good or solid looking defense on the A bomb site in this round. Actually, it was basically Berg picking up this double kill from the balcony over there. It is a kind of an off angle. You usually first check quad, then you might check the roof of quad over there, and then you wander around and check into the pit. And Berg was kind of on top of that angle, so the adjustment of aim is a little further. Now it's just straight out aggression by the CTs. They just get it right into the face of the German squad, make it 14-6, and they are not wasting any time at all to get this to a very, very early end. This could actually be the early end if Penta don't pick this round up. They could look at a very, very harsh scoreline actually. 4 AKs and the AWP for Crystal now on the terrorist side. On the CTs, we still have the P90 in play for Twist and a triple stack, and Twist will actually be the first man to face action. He's flashed to death, and he has spotted a few terrorists just by eavesdropping on their footsteps. Pov picks up 2 headshots. One of them kills tabseN. One of them takes Strux down to 14 HP, and so many nades. It's a battle of atrocity right now. Strux and Pov exchange few frags, and it's Stavros getting out on top of the CT, and the CTs with the rotation towards the B bomb site. The terrorists tried to smoke them off. Schneider pushed through that smoke and got flashed on the other side. Now Berg on the rotation already, but Stavros and Troubly pick up a frag each and make it a 1v3 situation. Berg should realize that he's not able, or he's not going to win this round, but he could actually get rid of that AWP, or maybe deal a few stinging blows to the terrorists, who probably feel quite happy about the outcome of this round. They desperately needed it, and now they are within reach of getting this round. Trouble actually seals the deal with the last nail in the coffin. Makes it 14-7. Penta still has to fight their way back 7 rounds, and then they still haven't achieved anything except for a 14-14 draw scoreline. So they actually need to pick up at least 8 rounds to make it an overtime on the terrorist side. It is going to be a struggle, no question about that. And I'm really curious to see how long or how fast Property can actually close this game out, or how long they need to close it out. Now Penta, with all their economy, they are throwing Molotovs on every single corner in the map. Smokes go all the way, flashes into middle, but nobody actually makes a move. Penta just plays with the minds of the CTs right now. They just flash out into A to make the CTs think that there's an A push going on, and Property retreated into the more defensive positions, looking at Schneider and Berg in pit. And the terrorists take their time setting this A execution up. This time they are up against 3 CTs only, and Berg is not in a cheeky position like he was in the round before when Penta got that A. You know, they just ran against a brick wall on the A bomb site, and the Germans will actually pull back from the A bomb site and made Property rotate Twist towards A, and now Twist is in the CT spawn together with Sandy. Basically Sandy needs to pick up the pace and get back to the B bomb site as fast as possible as soon as this execution is on. 24 seconds on the clock. Penta needs to hurry up to get the bomb plan if they want to get anything in this round. Poff with a good headshot onto Chris, and now the terrorists are slowed down by that smoke. They are down to low HP as well. Trouble picks up 1 frag. Twist pushes through the smoke. He knows that it's time that is limited on the board for the terrorists, but he doesn't achieve too much. But Sandy with a double kill onto Tapson and Struxy makes it a 1v3. Now it's Trouble, the hero of a few rounds already. He's down to 9 HP. He's got the bomb lined up, and he's got the CTs lined up as well. And now they are pulling into the B bomb site, and Trouble retreats just in time to avoid being killed. But Property will no doubtly make it 15-7 and have 8 match points against the German squad, who are basically the favorites. Even though they had a few shaky results, for example, a loss against G-Play on Mirage in the Reliable Gaming Pro Series, 16-11 in favor of the Bulgarian squad that you could have seen on the ESL SEE Championship that I actually have casted. It was my first LAN that I casted, and it was a really great experience. I want to do that more. So let's see if I can do that in the future. Twist and Sandy want to go to a LAN as well. They want to show off their skills over there, and they get themselves 2 quick frags on the terrorists. Looking good for the 16-7 scoreline. Stavros though fights back Berg, and Twist just pushed through the smoke, surprising the terrorists over there, making it a 1v3 though. Is Struxy with his refrag. Now he's up against Pov on the other side of the smoke, and he's not able to do it. In the end, Property win 16-7 on the first map. We will move forward to the second map, which is Cash, and Property actually chose to play Inferno, so they were kind of supposed to win this if they don't want to look like fools. Now we have Penta on Cash coming up in the second map, and I'm really curious to see those 2 teams face off against each other. So thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the second one. It is going to be right up after a 5-minute break, basically.